Dr. Willie Soon from Harvard University. So you just spoke at the 17th International Conference on Climate and Energy of EIKE, and your topic was, the non-demonization of fossil fuels, of CO₂.
Right.
And could you, in basically 3 sentences, sum up what is the main message of your presentation?
Okay, I'll try. I mean, 3 sentences is a bit steep.
Okay.
But my whole point is that I've been researching this topic in and out for 35 years, and then suddenly, a month ago, I think we have a small breakthrough in terms of understanding how carbon dioxide actually flow around the whole Earth system, right? Especially we emphasize biology, biosphere, so we have a small breakthrough. But in this particular talk, I'm trying to make the topic broader. So I want to make a very strong scientific case for carbon dioxide, which means more is better. You definitely don't want to do anything to reduce it because it's just damaging for the planetary system, including human life, obviously. Then I also want to make a strong case for use of fossil fuel application for beneficial use, because one of the aspects about using fossil fuel is indeed the problematic demonization. What's wrong with using coal? Well, if it's giving some air pollutant, you got to build technology. We have a lot of those things that you can clean up. You have a better coal production, coal use. That's a beneficial use of energy. And the point is that humanity really needs more energy. So I make it from simple viewpoint. Richer is cleaner, right? The richer you are, the cleaner you can do. So you don't want to, do this sort of regressive approach of your energy policy. Started introducing fake energy. I call it fake energy. I kind of don't like the word renewable.
Yes.
The wind and the solar, that's what I mean. And then I give simple explanation. We've been running away from, we started with fully 100% renewable energy, historical wise. 200 years ago, full of wood, cow dung, what have you. And then now we found what? We found oil, we found coal, we found natural gas, and then of course, ultimately we understand nuclear physics, so we have fission and, that sort of power, right? So we are really going towards higher energy density, which means it requires far less resources in terms of area, spatial extent, and then also the energy is so large that why would we want to do solar and wind? It's just ridiculous. So going back, if you really insist on this policy, and sorry that I have to use Germany as an example, but indeed the example is very clear in Germany, that you are actually literally killing yourself by saying that you have a little headache, but you're not allowed to take a Tylenol, but you are supposed to cut your finger, cut your hand, cut your whole thing. You're basically committing massive suicide. I mean, you have a perfectly functioning nuclear power plant and you blow off the cooling tower simply because you are all of a sudden afraid of nuclear energy. It's just unsustainable, this sort of delusional kind of policy making. So it's a bit sad. That's why I give example of Switzerland versus Germany, things like that. But the bottom line is that I think that this CO₂ molecule and even fossil fuel have been wrongly demonized for the exact wrong reason. And another important point to me is for me, because that's why I use the word, I make a scientific case, it's 100% anti-science. I mean, this is very, very repulsive. It's bad for humanity, bad for the Earth system, bad for everything. So we must stop this. And then I do appreciate EIKE for standing up for a lot of this position. I think we don't have to agree on everything, but you do share this sort of sentiment, isn't it? Because it's what a wasteful use of humanity in a sense. They really, in essence, committing to this sort of a suicidal path on energy policy is unethical. That's the bottom line that I wanted to say. And then beside the point is that we sort of trying to make a tentative conclusion that we found that even the idea that the amount of carbon dioxide that's been rising in the atmosphere, that people attributed all of that to fossil fuel, I think that is unsustainable scientifically. We found proof that this cannot be 100% all fossil fuel, which means we say large part of it is completely natural. And the answer is that they treat the Earth system, the biosphere system, as static. We say that the whole biosphere expands, and we have evidence to show that. We model it, we produce all of that. with my good colleague Jonathan Kohler. I'm very glad that you invited him to speak as well. So everybody should watch our video. Of course, we also credited people where science is due is Professor Dimitri Kosoanis, another good candidate for a speaker here. Is from National Technical University of Athens.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much. I mean, it really sums it up.
Yes,
Basically,
I think so.
it's, how to say, the case for CO2 is free. It's one the case.
Yes, I hope so, because I think that this is unsustainable, so we must stop it now. Okay. This is really a very dangerous path if we keep going it. You know, every time when you found out that you're wrong on certain things, you really, the best course is always to turn back or do something better than this. This is just not possible. There's no way we can power our world with this sort of fake energy. Please don't call them renewable. It's fake energy. It's not even real form of energy. You know, unsustainable, and it's just not possible. It's just not possible. That's it. And we must keep using fossil fuel. And then remember, a lot of these issues that you come along is that science and technology always evolving, always changing. Future is full of promises. Who knows that some genius come along with Germany produced the best geniuses of all time and multiple talented like Einstein, or, you know, all kinds of people that produce so many interesting engineers and scientists and mathematicians that really provided the foundation for which that we can build our technological and civilized society, which there will be a new technology on how to harness energy from the whole natural system correctly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.